What's up, YouTube? Justin Nichol here with Big Mouth Sports coming at you on this beautiful Monday evening after Monday Night Football. I'm joined with the enigmatic, the voice of God, Mr. Mark Blewett. Mark, why don't you say hi?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my God, can you turn it up a little bit there or
Can I
something?
turn it up for you?
There you go. There you go. That's
Yeah.
my producer and my brother in arms, Mark. We are here to talk football. Mark has been hardcore diving into some stats and some football all week long for you guys. So we'll have a lot of good stuff, a lot of good golden nuggets, a lot of good inside opinions and tips for you for betting next week. But man, what a game! That was an awesome Monday nighter. Good to see. And Thursday night it was good. So this is a great week of football. Almost making you forgive the NFL for this clusterfuck of COVID game cancellations. I mean, I know it's not their fault. Well, I guess it is a little bit their fault. The Tennessee Titans are the patient zero of all of this. Have you been following this at all, Mark?
No, I don't know. I know I keep seeing that they have problems and they're talking about shutting it all down, but I don't know exactly why. How did it all start?
Well, basically, there was an outbreak with the Tennessee Titans first, and they're being investigated right now. And apparently, none of them were following protocols, and weird NFL players not following rules. Hey, what a weird concept that is. And then every team they played after someone on their team tested positive, everyone on those teams, not everyone, but a number of players on each team they played after the fact started to get positive results too. So they have slowed the league down, and there might be some extra weeks being added to the season. And if that happens, good luck with your fantasy football, man. My two leagues are already completely screwed up. Everyone's complaining and crying. Really depending on if you're winning or losing, though, right? Like if you're 4-0 or 5-0 now, you're like, COVID what? I don't give a shit. But if you're 1-3 because you picked Le'Veon Bell in the first round of your three keeper league draft, you might be upset right now. Not saying that's me, but I'm just saying it might be me.
That sounds like you. That sounds like
Yeah.
you.
But what do you think of the game tonight, man? What do you think of the game, Mark?
Oh, fucking drama. Can you imagine?
Drama.
Yeah, that's
I am
what.
loving these missed kicks, man. I just
It's been like a kicker's fucking season. Like all the big dramas come from like kickers, and
I know.
the first half of the game though was all over the fucking map. It seemed like no one really knew what sport they were playing, and New Orleans
I think you
wasn't
got two
anyway.
teams that are. I think you got two teams that are struggling right now. I think
Yeah,
both those teams are expected to do more, especially the Saints. I mean, the Saints were a lot of people's pick to make it to the Super Bowl this year from that conference. But the Chargers are beat up, man. They're missing Austin Eckler, one of my guys on my fantasy football team, for at least 3 games. They lost Keenan Allen early with a back injury. He's one of the best. He's actually, statistically speaking, Keenan Allen's like one of the best receivers in the league for the last 3 or 4 years, just volume wise. So that was a big loss. And on New Orleans side, you had Michael Thomas missing, and Drew Brees has finally started to look every day of 40 that he is. Father Time's always going to come get you. But you know what, man? It's funny once they open it up in that fourth quarter when they're going with their best plays. That's when the action happens, and maybe there's a couple times there where the refs helped aid the ball down the field with some calls. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty exciting game, man. And that missed 50-yarder off the post.
can you
I
believe that?
just don't you feel so bad for these guys?
Yeah, your heart starts to fucking melt. Like that's these guys just prance out there like these frail little deers, you know.
Really
They get the ball set up for them, and they get everything is set up
Oh my
perfectly. It's
God,
a little
that's
tea
so
party,
funny.
and they fucking all they have to do is prance over to the ball and fucking kick it through the uprights. And this guy,
They're skinny legs and they're no butts, dude. When they prance and they're like a deer just to kick their ball, and then they get the fuck off as fast as they can.
yeah,
And that's all. They have one job. They have one job, and we all think it's easy. I know it's hard. I'm not. I'm saying that it makes the game way more intense and dramatic when those extra 3 points come back and forth. They add up, man. And that extra 1 point. What were they saying that every Monday nighter has had at least one missed extra point or
I
something
know.
this year?
I've never
Like,
seen such weird fucking shit happening on special teams like this season. Like
I
constantly,
love.
there's fucking something weird happening. There's something weird happening.
Yeah, I love it, man. I think it's great. Like I said, Drew Brees looking pretty human these days.
Yeah.
So hopefully you didn't keep him
Who's
in
the
your.
other guy they keep throwing in?
Oh, Hill. He's a really weird Swiss Army knife. He
He's like a
is
running quarterback.
he was a running quarterback, but he kind of lines up as a tight end sometimes too.
Does he?
Crazy, so he can block, but he can also throw. And he's a weird little weapon to have, but he's definitely made himself useful. I mean, you got to hand it to the guy. They're like, well, you're not good enough to be a quarterback. You're not good enough to be a receiver. You're not big enough to be a tight end. He's like, okay, well, how about I do a little bit of everything?
But
Okay,
you
no
can
problem.
catch a snap, so
Yeah.
we'll work with you.
He ran it in for a touchdown, so
Yep.
that was good.
Yeah.
Made himself useful, like I said.
I mean, he's
Um,
tough looking too. He's not a small guy. He's like he doesn't give a fuck. He's running through
now,
there.
Taysom Hill, he was one rushing touchdown, 13-yard touchdown. I was really surprised today with how little New Orleans ran the ball. If I'm looking right now, Alvin Kamara ran it 11 times. Latavius Murray rushed for 8 times, and a couple guys 3 and 2. But that's only 19 times rushing the ball with your two best running backs. Very very surprised on that, and I don't know, man. I think New Orleans is showing who they are. I don't think
Yeah.
they're a competitor this year. But speaking of who I think is a competitor for the title, your boys' team right here, the
Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks, buddy. Let's talk about that Sunday nighter, dude. How good is Russell Wilson?
He's
Honestly,
amazing. Amazing.
he's the
So much fun
best.
to watch.
Yeah,
How good is
this
that
just
offensive
in.
line? The fucking Seahawks offensive line is what I love.
Well, they have always been bad. They've always had the worst offensive line in the league.
I don't know.
You
They're
need
doing
Russell
fucking
Wilson to
great.
run for his life, right? Yeah, you don't want to say it? You don't want to say it? All right. My bad. I'm talking over you.
No, it's okay.
All I know is that they finally turned it out and said, let's just play offense. They know they got a crap. They got the worst defense in the league right now, which is, I mean, I can't remember the last time you ever said that about a Seattle Seahawks team. But last night's game was amazing. Minnesota came out looking like Minnesota of last year or 2 years ago. Had the lead, and Russell Wilson basically had nothing going in the first half. You were wondering what the hell was going on. And then he goes off in the second half for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a game-winning drive with 2 minutes left. He goes 95 yards to DK Metcalf, had 2 fourth and longs. The guy's just unreal, man.
Yeah.
We call him Half Black Jesus. He's amazing. He gives all praise to the one and only, the man upstairs every time, and I love it. I think it's awesome. He's a dream, man. He's a leader. He's not controversial. He's just everything you want in a quarterback. I love him to death. And I don't know, man. I don't know about you.
MVP?
MVP, man. I don't know. How about our chat? How's our chat doing tonight?
We got a couple people there. No one's chatting yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me know in the chat what you think. Who you think the best quarterback in the league is. If you don't think it's Russell Wilson, please tell me who you think it is. I would love to hear your opinion and tell you why you were wrong.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson's never gotten anything, right? Isn't that the big fucking story, that he's never gotten kudos for shit?
He's never gotten an MVP vote, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But he deserves it, and I think this year you can't deny it. He's the only thing. Look, here's the thing. If you were to take Russell Wilson, one player, if you were to take Russell Wilson off the Seahawks, they would be 0-4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
absolutely, yeah.
So I would say he's definitely the most valuable player to his team, and I think this is the year that he's finally going to get his due, especially since quarterbacks like Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are shitting the bed. By the way, I'd really like to thank Lamar Jackson personally from a fantasy football player perspective, who I broke my rule of never keeping a quarterback. And the 1 year that I have Lamar Jackson in both my pools, I keep him just to shit the bed. And now my team is hot garbage. Thank you very much, Lamar Jackson, for your well-timed sophomore slump. I appreciate it. Fuck you. I'm really upset about that.
Okay, well, can you summarize, like, catch us up? Because last time we were streaming, like, where were we at in fantasy football?
We were early, like week 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Everything was looking peachy for me. I was coasting 2-0. Everything, don't you laugh. Everything was going great. And then my team just fell off a cliff. Devontae Adams got hurt. Austin Eckler got hurt. Lamar Jackson couldn't find his way out of a wet paper bag. It's looking terrible for me, buddy. It's looking terrible. There's going to be no repeat this year. Let's just put it that way. There's going to be no repeat. But interesting. There's some interesting stuff here, man. Like I got this guy, Mike Davis, on the Carolina Panthers. That guy has been cut from like multiple teams, and he's a backup in Carolina. and Carolina has the best running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey. He goes down with a sprained ankle, and now Mike Davis is like statistically the best running back in the league. I'm wondering if like me or you could be an all-star running back if we played in Carolina right now. Like that's how good their O-line is. That's how good their coaching is. Their whatever they're doing to get ready for games, they are crushing it.
I'm not fast. I'm not fast enough to play running back.
If your Serb is running out, I suggest looking into maybe being a running back for the Carolina Panthers. What else? There were some big upsets this week, man. I wanted to talk about in the NFL. One of them was Miami Dolphins over the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I know that San Francisco is fraught with injuries, okay? But they should be able to beat the Dolphins at home. The Dolphins put up 43 points on a team that was in the Super Bowl last year on the road, okay? I guess who fucking – Mark, I'll give you two guesses as to who played San Francisco defense on their fantasy football team this week.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Justin Nichol. That's who. Got me minus points, man. Minus points. Unreal. Just -4 for their defense. So thank you very much. Dallas Cowboys eked out a win against the Giants, 37-34, which I was so rooting for the Giants. And then the grossness happened. Did you see this, Mark?
Oh, man. I'm still a pleb, but that's the shit I like to talk about. Those fucking grotesque injuries, man.
Dak Prescott on the run. Gets his ankle rolled up on, dislocates and compound fractures, out 6 months, they say. I say 1 year. That was so gross.
That's it.
You know what was crazy about Dak Prescott is he looks down at his ankle and it's fucking out of place, and he slams it on the ground.
Yeah, man.
Stupid ankle. Oh, my God. We should have prepped and had that clipped. That would fucking be a
So my question is, we've had some of these compound fractures in sports. Like we had one last year. Was it last year in the NBA where a guy jumped up and fucking?
That was. I think you're talking about Brandon Hayward.
Yeah. Was it
2 years ago? Like 2 years ago, I think. And that was pretty bad. But no tendon damage. No.
No, but when it happens, always something gross happens. It's gross enough that the fucking, they have a compound fracture, but then they always have to, because the adrenaline is running, right? So they're always like holding their leg up like,
oh, yeah. They show it to you, and they show
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Dude, if I'm going to be honest with you, if I ever compound fracture my ankle or anything, just fucking kill me.
Yeah, I'll run over to you and just put a bullet in your head and scream, yes, for this.
Yeah. Remember, I'm being a friend. Yeah, if you fucking smother me, yes, I'm totally allowed.
Yeah.
Anyways, the thing that hurts most here, I think, for Dak isn't his ankle. I think it's his pocketbook because, listen, man, he is on a 1-year deal right now, right? He got franchise player by the team. He's got the franchise tag, which means he's on a 1-year deal, but he's like what? It's like an average of the top 5 salaries in your position or something like that. But he's a man without a contract next year and he just blew his ankle. He might not ever be the same again.
Oh, no.
He was offered like 10 years at $35 million a year and he turned it down.
Oh.
He turned down $350 million. Now I know not all of that would have been guaranteed. It probably would have been like 350 at 200 guaranteed or something. But now he's got to rehab and hope that someone wants him, hope that someone takes a chance on him and prove himself all over again. That's going to take 3 years.
No way.
You know what I mean? And that's like $90 million that he could have been making. And I know he's going to be okay. I know Dak Prescott's doing all right. Okay. But my point is that is devastating stuff, kids. And that's why you go to school and get a degree.
Exactly. Go fucking find a vacation. No, I rolled my ankle in fucking high school football, and it still clicks to this day. So this guy's fucked, When the leg is going,
clicks. That's hilarious, dude. If I cough too loud, I hurt my shoulder. Like I literally still forever, my shoulder will always hurt if I cough.
Exactly.
Okay. Dak Prescott just blew up his ankle. He's like, I'll be back.
There's no way. There is no way. And do you have to be able to go through a metal detector to play in the NFL? Like,
I fucking half the league wouldn't be able to make it through.
like how much? Well, eventually they'll have to think of that, right? Like, how much of you must be original, must be stock to actually
That's
play the sport?
hilarious. I love how you say this right when Neuralink's about to launch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have a bunch of Oscar Pistoriuses out there with fake legs running fucking 7-second 100 meters.
Yeah.
By the way, good documentary coming up about that guy next week. So check
Really?
that out. Oh yeah, but
Like-
he killed his girlfriend and stuff.
Like a making a murderer type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
Other scores in the league: Baltimore Ravens just absolutely squashed the Bengals 27-3. Chiefs were upset by the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders.
I know. Can you believe that shit?
Not much of a fan of Las Vegas teams because of the Knights situation, but they're looking good, man. They're looking all right.
Hey, they played solid football. They fucking.
Did you watch any of that game?
Yeah, I watched the highlights.
I watched that game because I'm just gonna keep. You know what I'm gonna use this fucking show for? I'm just gonna pump my fantasy football team
There you go.
constantly,
Okay.
just to let you guys know that no one wants to hear about someone else's team, but I'm gonna make you all listen. I got Henry Ruggs, the speedy rookie wide receiver from the Oakland Raiders. Now, here's a little tip for anyone listening, all four of you. If you are in fantasy football, pick up Henry Ruggs. You get him super cheap, and he's got a lot of potential to be an Antonio Brown type. Right now, he's only used for long balls and stuff like that, but he's super quick, and I think he's got a lot of potential. You could buy really cheap on Henry Ruggs right now, so check that guy out. He had 118 yards on only 2 receptions, so that tells you everything you need to know about how they're using him. Yeah, man, Patrick Mahomes kind of went. I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about Mahomes. He's the reigning Super Bowl winner. He's an MVP winner, all that stuff. But there were a couple decisions he made at the end of the game that seemed a little bit more selfish than team-oriented. So I have to get back on track.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just at the end of the game, there it looked like he could have, used his team instead. He tried to run when he should have maybe passed it and tried to do it all himself. And maybe just a young guy trying to do too much. But that really, it's hard to find any fault in Patrick Mahomes' game. That guy is amazing. You know what? I say Russell Wilson's the best player in the league right now. You know what? It's probably Mahomes. But as far as this season, the way the season has started, I would say that Russell's got a head start. But all in all, full body of work. Hard to go against Mahomes. But first $500 million guy in sports history for a reason. What else? Cleveland Browns. Dude,
Jesus.
I don't like anyone from Cleveland, but the Browns are starting to make me a fan.
Jesus.
They won again?
Yeah, they're tearing it up.
You know why? Because they know that they're fucking they know that their quarterback is garbage and they're stuck with him. And they're like, you know what? We have 2 all-star running backs. Maybe let's just run the ball every fucking play. So they're doing that now and they're winning games. One of their star running backs is out this week, Nick Chubb. Hopefully he stays out for a couple more weeks because you guessed it, I got Kareem Hunt, the other running back. So if you can, YouTube, please wish some ill will on Nick Chubb. I'm not saying like cancer. I'm just saying like maybe like a half case of COVID where he's got to stay out of the game for 14 days. Please do your voodoo. Let me know if you can mail that into him.
2 weeks, man. That's some bad karma you're asking for right there.
Listen, I have a question for you. Is the NFL rich enough to just start ignoring positive COVID tests?
Yeah, they should. Fuck it.
Right? They are, right?
Build your own island.
Well, that's what I'm
renting
saying.
an island. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just pour some sand in the water somewhere and make a big fucking, a big dome and just have every game there. How
about this? Here's what I propose, okay? Okay, do you watch Saturday Night Live this weekend?
Parts of it. I watched Bill Burr's opening monologue that everybody hated. Right.
So in New York, you can't congregate that many people in one place in New York right now. It's illegal. So Saturday Night Live found a way around it. They socially distanced their audience. They have masks, but there's too many people in the studio. You know they got around it? They pay their audience now to be there. They're working. So they're working. They're not technically just at a show or at a gathering. They're all working. I think the NFL needs to get on board that. Pay everyone who walks through that door $1. $1. Okay, let's get fans back into these fucking games and let's get this atmosphere going because the fake noise they're pumping in during the game is just annoying.
Yeah.
It's just annoying, man.
It's just,
And
and
I
it's
think the
not the
players
same
are like,
game. It's just not the
no.
same game. It was bad for hockey, and I think it's worse for football. I really
Well, the
do.
thing about the hockey was it was only on the broadcast, right? So it was able to be adjusted accordingly. In football, it's doing I think they're doing it on field or like at the stadium.
Really?
So yeah, because and also too, there are some stadiums you're allowed to have some people.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the Houston game, there's people in the fans all scattered. Even college, I was watching like the Alabama game, and let me tell you something about Alabama. They are not afraid of COVID in Alabama. Okay,
No.
the Crimson Tide are like, go fuck your COVID. We got football to play. We got football.
Well, you know who else isn't afraid of fucking COVID right now? LA
Uh,
fans.
LA fans.
Yeah, LA Lakers fans.
Oh, Lakers fans. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're feeling real good, dude. What did you catch any of that stuff?
I did not. Yeah, I'm not.
I gotta say, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. If you ask me who the greatest player in the world is of all time, Michael Jordan. You know, I might have even named my kid after him.
Yeah, you might have. Your daughter.
but uh, that's for another live stream, Mark. Okay, that's a story for another live stream. but LeBron showed up, man. He led that team, and even when they were starting to fray a little bit, he always pulled it back in, and he did great. He did great, and I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a weird season. Miami making the final was a huge favor to them.
Mm-hmm.
Having to face them instead of maybe Milwaukee or Toronto or something like that. But the best team won. Congratulations, LeBron James. It pains me to even say that, but all right, he's only at 4. Michael's still at 6. So it's not getting crazy here. Okay, he's still got 2 more to go,
Yeah.
LeBron. So watch your mouth. You know that guy spends $1.5 million on his health every year?
Oh, really?
$1.5 million. I
don't know. He's looking like he's he's not far. He's like one big injury away from being completely out.
He's
But
36,
yeah,
right? I think we all are
yeah.
after 32. One slip on the ice away from never being the same again.
Yeah, but no, the LA fans, the Lakers fans, fucking were packing the streets in LA last night. Or was it last night? When was
Yeah,
it?
I guess they deserve to, but you know what? They'll reap what they sow, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna get a COVID outbreak in LA, obviously.
Well, that's funny because everything's shut down still, so there's nothing else for them to do,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Everything's still shut down. So,
But anyway, to bring it back, like, yeah, they do need to fill those fucking stadiums. I don't know how we figure this out, but let's figure it out because
even halfway, whatever they got to do. But again, I mean, I guess it's not the most important thing. What I really want is for games to stop being canceled. So that would be great. I know they can't, but this is what happens when you go half in, half out. Either you're gonna bubble or you don't. Like, I know it's logistically a nightmare for football teams to try and do a bubble, but man, I'm telling you, this is messing with betting lines. It's messing with fantasy football. I mean, again, they're rich as hell, but this has been a huge challenge for the NFL, man. If they're going to add weeks, then you're going to see a lot of people choked. And but the thing is, football's so big they can never fail. We'll come right back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back. It's like an abusive relationship at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what?
But the beauty of this is we got a game tomorrow, Mark. We got an extra day to watch football. So tomorrow, Tennessee Titans will be playing the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills undefeated. Their quarterback's in talks about being the MVP. I don't know if you've been watching Buffalo, but they look good, man.
Yeah.
They look fun to watch. Stephon Diggs is looking good. Tennessee Titans are Team COVID right now, so they're the ones giving COVID to everyone. So it should be interesting to see how they come out. Just super apologetic.
I mean, what's the threshold here? At what point is the NFL going to cancel all this shit because of COVID?
That's a good question, man. I don't know the answer. If you're going to need an 18th week or a 19 week, I mean, logistically speaking, television-wise, stadium availability, all that stuff comes flying out the window. So I don't know. I'd hate to be the people organizing it, but they said they might even be going on winning percentage if teams can't get the same amount of games finished. They're going to be going on win percentage, which is also going to be a nightmare because you have such few games, right? So winning percentages, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hockey did it perfect, didn't they?
Yeah, hockey did it pretty well. NBA did it. I mean, all things considered, well too. But I mean, if the NFL goes, then what's left? UFC.
Well, good. I'm glad you brought that up, Mark. Actually, we're just finding out January 1st. They're trying to get hockey back for January 1st. So
January 1st.
yeah, man, we get started right away. And actually,
Jeez.
they're actually kind of preferring that. They're saying they might stick with that forever because that way their Stanley Cup isn't interfered with by other sports and all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it, but I don't care really. If we can get hockey going again, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'll tell you right now, I'm done with baseball. I'm done with baseball.
Why?
I hate baseball because, man, the cheating scandal. Houston Astros cheat to win the World Series the year before. You laugh at me like this isn't a real thing. This is a real thing. I'm still mad. I'm still mad about
You're
it.
still mad about the fucking Houston Astros?
But then also the goddamn Boston Red Sox the year before did the same fucking thing with Joey Cora as the manager and didn't get nothing. Just had like a second round pick taken away. And now you look, Boston or I think Boston wasn't even a wild card, or they were. But I boycotted baseball this year, Mark. I wasn't watching baseball. And then when playoffs started, I found myself slowly watching again. I was like, no, you're not doing this. And as soon as I saw Houston Astros back in the playoffs, the year after they fucking cheated to win the World Series, I was like, fuck these guys, man. Fuck them. Playing in fucking empty stadiums with cardboard cutouts in the backdrop. Oh, my God. Did you see the one guy, the Weekend at Bernie's guy, though, that was in the back? That was hilarious.
Well, so my question to you is, did the Houston Astros really do anything wrong?
Yes. Yes, they did. Here's why. They used cameras. Listen. I played college baseball, not to brag, but when you are pitching and a guy's on second base, right, a runner's on second, he can see the signs coming from the catcher. So you try to mix up your signs. You try to fake them out. You have an indicator. 2 only means curveball if I hit my head first. Shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if that guy can figure it out on his own, like he's fucking a beautiful mind, Russell Crowe, and he's like a code breaker and he figures it out, then fine. Okay. But when you use cameras from the bleachers and then decode it, and then you use a machine where it's taped to the guy's chest and it beats once for fastball, 2 for curveball.
No.
Yeah, man.
That's what they did?
Too much. It's too much, dude.
It's like it's like blackjack. It's like they cheated at fucking blackjack with the
100%. And if you know if a fastball is coming versus a curveball, that is a huge advantage. Let me tell you something. Clayton Kershaw has the greatest curveball, I think, in Major League history.
Mm-hmm.
And in one game, he threw like 60 curveballs, and no one swung at it once from the Boston Red Sox. No one swung at that pitch one time because they knew it was coming. Okay? So fuck baseball. We love football now. We love hockey. We love MMA. And any other sport you guys want to talk about. You guys want to talk about Wildlife? I'll fucking talk Wildlife. I'll talk curling. I don't give a shit. But don't bring your baseball boredom into this chat unless I don't know you want to chat about it.
I mean,
I can tell you why you shouldn't.
Don't the Astros get beamed by pitchers and shit like that? Like, when is this tantrum gonna end?
They're getting beat, in preseason nonstop, and then the manager of their team was like, "Hey, league, you got to do something. My guy's gonna be dead by the end of the year."
Yeah.
And then they came down and said, "Stop hitting him," and it's over. But we just have such short memories. Sports fans, because we love our sports so much and we forgive so quickly. Hold
on, we're talking about forgiveness. Have the Astros done their time?
No.
What do you mean no?
Listen, man. Okay, listen to me.
Were they punished?
In European soccer, barely. In European soccer, if like say the English Premier League, if you're like the 3 worst teams, you get relegated to another league below. That's how many teams and how much interest have. In Italy, there was a widespread scandal, a lot of cheating, and like 3 teams were kicked out of the league for 5 years, or like 2 years. So I don't think this was nearly enough, and I don't think it ever will be.
But no, what was their punishment? Did they?
They lost. Their coach was fired.
The coach was fired.
Yeah, for a year. He's suspended from baseball for a year. Their GM was suspended for a year. And I think they had to give up 1st and 2nd round picks for like the next 3 years or something like that.
Okay.
But in baseball, you can just buy your way out of trouble. So I don't know, man. I'm done with baseball. I like football, even though they're making it touch flag football more and more every single year. I still love it. Love fantasy football. Love hockey. And hopefully a Canadian team can take it down next year, man. Tampa Bay Lightning, hockey hotbed. Tampa Bay, where no one even gives a shit about hockey. They already won their second Stanley Cup.
What about Tampa Bay in the NFL? How's Brady doing?
Oh, good. Glad you asked, friend. He had a tough matchup this week. He lost.
Yeah.
And he lost in a hilarious way. I know you watched it. That's why you're bringing it up. We were laughing about it.
Yeah.
Amateur hour. Anyways, he forgot what down it was. Can you fucking believe that, dude?
Yeah, but
Chicago Bears, man, 4-1 now.
I know. They're so good.
I love the matchup. Nick Foles versus Tom Brady from the Super Bowl.
You know what though? We can't blame Brady because he got hit in the head a lot.
He's 42 and he's been hitting the lead a lot more.
And his offensive line, I don't know if you saw, but like they fucked up on some big plays, and he was not together. He was not together.
Well, dude, yeah, I would agree. He's not getting as much protection, but dude, Chicago defense is legit. You know what I mean? Like they got Mac and some other huge guys rushing every single time, putting on the pressure. So I would say you're not going to get many teams who can keep you safe against Chicago front line like that for too long. I would just say this. I mean, again, there's so many injuries, so I don't even want to say anything too bad about Brady because he's missing Godwin. He's missing a couple other pretty important guys, and that's what it is this year, COVID, man. It's COVID cases and a lot of injuries, and I don't know. What are you going to do?
Well, I think he fell on his head too many times because I still don't understand why he's doing this at all.
Well, he can't run anymore. He's never been able to run. If you want to laugh, check out Tom Brady's combine video where he's at the draft combine running a 40. He's like the slowest 40 ever run in a college combine. But yeah, Khalil Mack, he was a beast, man. He had 2 sacks, and the rest of the Chicago defense is why they are 4-1 right now. But very un-Brady like to forget what down it was. That was embarrassing. Dude, when it was over and he's like putting up the 4, like they didn't say 4th down. You know what I mean? Like the ref wasn't like 4th down, guys, 4th down. And he couldn't look up. It's just like he thought he could talk his way out of it. I just thought that was awesome. That is how much Tom Brady has won in his career. He fucking lost the game. And he's like, this can't possibly be happening right now. I'm Tom fucking Brady, guys.
And I know what down it is. Okay?
I get a second, 4th down. I have 6 championship rings.
I've earned this by now. So
he just peels
everybody back on the field right now. Get your asses out here.
I want one more down. Take this ring. Yeah, man. Like, come on, man. So it's a weird year. We are seeing a weird year. Tom has slowed down. We all saw he slowed down last year.
So why is he doing this shit? Why is he doing this shit?
Because, Mark, when you are the man, you need to stay the man.
Well,
and he is. No. I don't know if he knows how to do anything else, and it's just going to be the way it is.
It's just going to be
the way it is. However, I think this year, I don't think he lasts more than 2 years in Tampa Bay. I think he's screaming at teammates who aren't in the New England system. And you got to remember, in New England, when you came to New England after they won their first championship, you knew this is Tom's team. If Tom spits in your face, you have to say, thank you, Mr. Brady. You know what I mean? So he goes to Tampa Bay, and no one's used to this stuff. They know he's kind of strict and he kind of yells, let's go, but he's out there just screaming at people like he's gonna murder their family, and these are his teammates, and it's not, I just don't think that's gonna fly anymore, man.
No.
I mean, like in the NHL, they got those guys crying that coaches were too mean to him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They're like, my coach was mean to me. That's what the fucking Tampa Bay wide receivers are doing right now. They're like, Tom is mean. I don't want him anymore. So we'll see.
That's what I saw in the game. He was chewing out his fucking offensive line, just screaming at them.
Yeah, and then at what point do they go fucking any given Sunday on him and just start stepping out of the way and going, you go ahead, you go get him. So, we'll see, man. But I am in love with the Seahawks right now, and I think they look amazing. And It's been totally so much fun to watch. DK Metcalf is the new Julio Jones. I'm just so angry at myself. He was on my fantasy football team last year, but I had Hopkins, Devontae Adams, and Amari Cooper on my team, so I dropped him because I was like, oh, I'll get him in the draft. And then fucking smarter people than me took him in the first round, and now he's gone forever, Mark. He's the one that got away, really. He's the one that got away. So best of luck to DK Metcalf. He is a beast, and I think it's Green Bay and Seattle right now. I think are the two best teams in the league. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know enough yet to be able to make a judgment like that. I love watching Seattle. I really love watching Seattle, and
it's either,
the Browns.
Yeah, I like Seattle. I like Ravens. I like Chiefs for the top 3 and Green Bay for top 4. Those are my top 4. All right, in no particular order because everything changes on a day-by-day basis based on a fucking virus we can't see. So, but those are my top 4. And then after that, I would put teams like the Bears, the Browns, maybe even Indianapolis Colts, even though they got beat by the Browns, but their defense is looking good. Oh, and the Rams. Rams are looking great right now, man. Even just walking away from Todd Gurley, they don't seem to have any problems with the running back position. Jared Goff looks good again. Robert Woods and Jared Goff are getting it done, even without Brandon Cooks. So they look like a good team in the NFC West. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I think this could be the year. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to have to make a few trades. I think, like you said, on the offensive line, they need some help. And offensive lines rarely get better during the year. It's very rare you make a trade for your offensive line in the middle of the season, especially in a season like this where, people need to hang on to their assets. But if they get a little bit better on defense or a little bit better on that offensive line, I think they could go all the way, man. I think they can go all the way.
Yep, as long as nothing happens to Wilson.
Okay. Even just thinking it, just even thinking it can make something happen, okay?
Yeah.
God fucking forbid. That guy prays too much. Him and Sierra are like doing live stream prayer groups, so I don't think anything's going to happen. Yeah.
He does live stream prayer groups.
Well, they pray on their stupid when they're talking to their fans. And he wears like 7 gold chains and he's in bed with his gross curly chest hair.
Nice. Nice. Well, maybe that's why he's so athletic. He's got God on his side.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's exactly it. So you don't mess with God. Tomorrow's game, looking good, dude. Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans. They're actually both undefeated. Tennessee's only played 3 games, which is hilarious to me. So they're going to have to make it up in their bye week, I guess. They'll still be 1 game behind for a few weeks until that comes. Buffalo 4-0, looking great. Number 1 in the AFC East. Buffalo is that team. They're up and coming, and they are looking good. Their quarterback, Josh Allen, pretty much near the top of the league with just about every stat. Let me take a look here. Let's pull up the QBs. Passing yards, leaders Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Mahomes, Matt Ryan. Passing touchdowns, Russell. Oh, look, I'm noticing a Russell Wilson theme in all of the passing categories. Like I said, Josh Allen's tied for 4th with passing touchdowns. So here it is. Aaron Rodgers is 2nd with 13 touchdown passes. Tom Brady, Josh Allen, right behind him with 12. Patrick Mahomes with 13. Russell Wilson has 19 touchdowns in the first 5 weeks. He's on pace to crush the all-time single-season record. I think it's 64. I should look that up. I should be prepared. I need a statistician, Mark.
Yeah, well, I'm not your guy. You know who? I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. There's another kind of a sad story right now in the NFL, and that sad story is the New York Jets.
Oh my God, dude!
What is going on over there?
I hate everything New York, right? And you know why? Because they get 2 kicks at the can every sport. I just hate that. I know they have enough people to be like, oh, the population. Yeah, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. New York Jets, all the money you have and all the fucking unlimited funds, like, how are you so bad every single year? And now the Giants are also bad, which is awesome. And then the Knicks are bad and the Brooklyn Nets are bad. The New York Rangers are bad. The New Jersey Devils are bad. New York Islanders were okay. New York Islanders are okay. The Mets suck. Yankees made the playoffs, but they're out. It's a good time for New York sports. It's a good time. I'm gonna take a drink for
Yeah,
New York.
yeah. You
Good
know
for
what the
you.
worst thing is you fucking hate the East Coast so much, don't you? You fucking
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
you
because
hate
they're a
the
priority
people, you hate
and
the
it's over.
fucking that coast, you hate the that ocean, you hate
I hate.
everything.
I really don't like their fan bases. I think they're
The
terrible
people.
people. No offense.
Yeah. Even so that includes Boston,
Boston,
New
Philly,
York,
New York. Boston, Philly, New York. I don't mind Baltimore.
Chicago.
Chicago, I don't mind. I
It's
don't
not
mind
really
Chicago.
is that
Don't
East
like the
Coast?
Blackhawks. I hate the Blackhawks. I hate Patrick Kane. I hate Jonathan Taves. But I don't mind the Bears, and I don't mind the Bulls, and I don't mind whatever. I just don't like
How
the Black.
far up the coast does your hate go?
Um, what's the highest? It goes what? New York, then Boston, then what?
Well, does it go up into Canada? Do you hate also the East Coast
I hate the Toronto Maple Leafs.
the
They're not the
Leafs,
East
of course, yeah.
Coast.
That's
They're
fine.
in the East. They're not the East Coast.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not the fucking Maritime. I just hate how they get priority. They don't leave time zones. Every team on the West is in a way bigger disadvantage than they are. Like for instance, the Washington Capitals, they didn't leave their time zone for the last 30 games of the year, one season, and it's like the Canucks are flying 5,000 more miles a year than them.
Mm.
That's why I hate them. But also too, there was like a fucking story I told you about this before in Philly where they had to make it a law that it was illegal to punch a police horse because a bunch of Philly Eagles fans were punching police horses. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be a big piece of shit to punch a police horse. And ever since then, I've just hated them. And then I think Boston did it too. Oh, and then when Philly won the fucking Super Bowl, they were like eating horse shit, like a police horse just shit on the street, and this guy picks it up and eats it for like.
Eating horse shit.
You didn't see this? Look it up, man. Look up
No.
YouTube.
No.
Fan eating police horse shit. And then I'm just like, and that guy is gonna have kids, and they're gonna be Eagles fans, and that's weird, and that's a problem.
That's really
So
weird, yeah.
whatever. I don't like that. I'm a West Coast guy. Come at me, that's fine. And I just find them to be of less. I don't know. I think the further east you go, the little bit weirder people get.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I mean, the thing though is that you're a comedian, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So you're gonna have to go. I mean, if ever you really want to get good, you got to go to the East Coast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and go to the Comedy Store and suck fucking what Pauly Shore's dick for stage time. That's
Oh
my
no,
plan. Is Mitzi still alive? I'll
no,
suck her dick too.
no, she's dead.
Oh, okay. Well, then Pauly it is. Pauly, I'm coming, bud. I'm coming. My name is
Yeah.
Elizabeth Stanton. My name is Elizabeth Stanton, and I will come and suck your dick for stage time.
Oh Jesus. But no.
Tag
So
me, please.
back to our depressing story here. So the Jets, man. What is there any team worse than the Jets right now?
No. They got a potential. They got a little bit of potential in Sam Darnold, their quarterback, but their O-line's a mess. Their defense is a mess. They traded their best defensive player, Jamal Adams, to Seattle. Their safety, he wants to be the highest paid safety in the league. So my bet is he won't be in Seattle next year. But they can't run the ball. Le'Veon Bell has been injured for a few weeks. And Frank Gore, like he's as old as Al Gore almost at this point. He's running the ball, and now Le'Veon Bell is back, and he doesn't look like the same player that he was in Pittsburgh. And they got him on a huge contract for at least a few more years. They're in trouble.
I mean, big trouble.
They're gonna be in trouble for a few years. They're not even newsworthy. They're not even worth mentioning.
Really?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, the Giants also got a young. There's a lot of really good young quarterbacks just on terrible fucking teams. That includes Jones in New York with the Giants, Darnold with the Jets. You got what's his name? Lamar. You still got young guys on good teams too, but there's a lot of young guys on bad teams, and there's not much you can do. What's a guy in Cincinnati again? Burrows. You got Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. That team's gonna probably go fucking 0-16 this year. So, that's just the way it is. Peyton Manning, he said in his first year, he went 2-14 or something in his first year.
Yeah.
He said he's never lost that much in his entire life combined. He went undefeated in high school. He went undefeated in high
Wow.
school from grade 8 to 12. He said it was the toughest thing he ever had to deal with. So yeah, man, those guys are sorry, since he won a game this year. They're 1-3-1, so they did win a game. My bad. But either way, that's probably gonna be the only win they get this year. They're in a pretty tough division too, so there's really not much they can do. But their quarterback is a stud. Same with Sam Darnold, same with Jones, and it's a weird time we live in. Now that you're not allowed to touch the quarterback, it's amazing how many good quarterbacks there are. Now that they're not scared, they're gonna have their rib cage ripped off their body. You know what I mean? It's weird how that works.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about 350-pound dudes running 4 flat 40s coming at you. How much better you can be.
I suppose, but I mean, what are we playing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I don't know, man. Houston Texans, they were 1-4. They got their first win of the season this year. And don't let that record fool you, man. They're a pretty decent team. They had the toughest first 4 games of a schedule in like 20 years. They played KC. They played like just some seriously tough teams and had some shootouts. Beating up on the Jaguars today, 30-4. Sorry, yesterday, 30-4. Who else do we got here? Steelers beat the Eagles. And the Cardinals obviously beating up the Jets, but the Cardinals are looking like a good team coming out of the AFC or the NFC West as well. They're 3-2, but they are a dangerous team with Kyler Murray and Andre Hopkins. I regret trading him, but I got 3 draft picks for him, first, second, and third, so I had to give him away. And what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, here I got some hot takes here from CBS Sports. Here's some recommendations on what the NFL should do to save its season.
Yeah, let's run it.
So create a Week 18 where postponed games can be played.
Yep, that's good. And I mean, they're talking about that, but that's going to be tough for fantasy football players because your season fantasy football ends 2 weeks before the NFL ends.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you add a week, then the playoff will get matchup will get fucked up, and then not everyone will be playing. And like if you're going to add a week to the end of the year, only the teams that miss games are going to be playing that week, right?
Well, what are they doing right now with postponed games?
Well, they only have a couple right now. Yeah. They're going to try to make them up in bye weeks, so guys, like teams still got weeks where they don't play.
Okay.
They get like a week off to rest and recuperate, and they're going to try and fill them in there. But like the Titans are already back up 2 weeks. The Patriots, the Bills, they're back 1 week. It's going to be tough, man. Even one more of these things, and I don't know. It's ambitious. Let me say that, to say the least. Doing
that's without a bubble. Yeah, that's 1 of 4 recommendations. So that's a first. Number 2, push the playoffs back a week.
Wasn't that the same thing? Like adding a week?
You would have to push it back a week because there's only a 1 week break between, or how many weeks break between the end of the season and the?
None of your wild card.
Yeah.
Wild card weekend starts right away the next week, and then there's only the division winners get the bye week. So
I see. Okay. Number 3.
Some teams get 1 week off, but yeah.
Yeah, this is Jonathan Jones, by the way. Do you know this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cancel the Pro Bowl.
I agree. That's easy. I can't believe they haven't even done that yet.
Why? You know what I mean? I don't understand.
It's a meaningless game in Hawaii that has nothing to do. It coincides with the playoffs. So.
Well, it's all meaningless right now.
Yeah. Fair enough. Isn't life meaningless, man?
What's
the next one?
And then the next one is keep the Super Bowl bye week.
Keep the Super Bowl bye week, yeah? Well, you're going to have to. I mean, that's a 2 week. It's a 2 week.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I don't think anything of stretching the schedule is going to save much unless you shut it down for 2 weeks. Like if you were to shut the league down right now, but the problem is they're not bubbling. So like there's no point in stopping because they're all exposing themselves every flight, every time they go to a hotel, every time they go to a new city, every time they pick up a lady of the night. They're doing it. I mean, they're doing it, obviously.
Yeah.
Every time they do that, they just run the risk. So I don't know. What else was there? Was there anything else that
No,
was?
that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy. I mean, and this is obviously to address COVID. I mean, that's the big fucking story, man. And
Yeah.
that, and yeah, I mean, if the NFL decides to shut down because of COVID, then there's nothing left except UFC, except
Uh,
fucking blood sports. Then it's
which
bread
I'm
and
not good about.
circuses.
Like
What?
they're doing one every week now. They're doing a fight night every fucking week, man.
Yeah,
It's been
well,
awesome.
don't you find all this a little bit convenient now that we were being pushed into blood sports fucking in the
Oh,
middle of a pandemic?
yeah, next year there's gonna be an actual Hunger Games.
I mean, it might happen. It might
I would
happen.
so volunteer for Hunger Games. I
Yeah?
would so volunteer, 100%. You want to get into my picks for next week?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, my picks for next week. I'm just checking the score.com right now. I could go check the betting site, but I'm just gonna do a couple picks right here. I'll extend them later on. I see that the Pittsburgh Steelers are 4-point favorites for the
What's
over
the
the
number of the week? Sorry, before we start, what week is this that's coming up?
next week will be week 6.
Week 6, okay.
Yeah, next
Sorry.
week will be week 6. So my week 6 picks.
Yeah.
That rhymes. My week 6 picks. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers right now on paper are a -4 favorite against the Browns. That is ridiculous. I would take Cleveland Browns to not just cover but to win outright. They look good right now,
Oh yeah.
and they're figuring it out. I would pick the Cleveland Browns. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers are 4-0. They also missed a game, but I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns to at least cover, if not win outright.
Holy shit. Well, you would make money on that bet, my man.
Yep. And then Detroit Lions -3.5 favorites over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Take the Lions to eviscerate the Jaguars. They're going to win by 7 to 10 easily. And Carolina Panthers -2.5 favorites over the Bears. I would take the Bears to win outright on that one. And what else do we have here? Baltimore Ravens over the Philly Eagles. 8-point favorites the Baltimore Ravens are. I don't know if I want to put a bet on that one. I just hate when the spread gets that high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
what do you think about the Jets of the Dolphins?
Jets and Dolphins. Oh my God! No, the Jets and Chargers play in Week 6.
Oh, is it?
Oh, you mean like who they're playing? Like Jets are playing the Chargers. I would pick the Chargers and take the spread and fucking tease it with 3 points. And then the Miami Dolphins play the Denver Broncos. And I don't want to touch that game. I don't want to comment on those games.
Why?
The ones because I already picked 4 games. That's more than enough to make you $400 on the weekend. Okay, so because it's more likely I'm gonna be wrong if I pick more teams. So I'm taking the Browns to win outright. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to cover 3.5. I'm taking the Bears to win outright, and I'm taking. I'll take the Ravens. I'll take the. I don't want it. That's it. That's all I gave.
What do you mean?
I gave you guys 3 games. That's good. That's good. All right.
You gotta give our fucking. Are you seriously just? You don't want to say anything because.
Okay. No, the LA Rams. I'll give the LA Rams. Will definitely blow out San Francisco by more than 3 points. So take the Rams and the Rams walking away with it. San Fran will not cover. They will not even be. They won't even have a sniff, dude. The fucking Miami Dolphins put up 43 against San Francisco this week.
I know.
The Rams are going to be
That was so bizarre.
Just a nightmare matchup. So, recapping, Rams will cover the 3 and then some. Bears will win as the underdog. They won't just cover. They'll win
week
outright.
5
Detroit
grades.
will
All
cover
of Sunday's
3.5
action is
and
in
walk
the.
away with it. And the Browns will upset the Steelers. We got that clipped. Let's play that on Sunday.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one. We'll get that one ready for Sunday.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna make some money off that. No, I was trying to look this stuff up. Our audience probably heard I had like a fucking some betting guy websites start playing, so I apologize to the people listening. But all right, man. I mean, that seems like it's some good money, some good easy money that our audience.
Let's do this. Me and you will pick. Let's pick our winners. Okay, we'll pick 4 games. You can pick any 4 games.
All right.
Okay. You pick your 4 games and who's going to win. I'll pick my 4 games. At the end of every week, we will add them up Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna remember all this shit.
Yes. Well, we'll write them down.
All
We'll write them
right,
down.
all right.
And at the end of the week, the winner gets to make the loser do something funny, not crazy. Okay. And at the end of the year, we'll have something.
Okay, I'm trying to get the schedule out. There's a lot of fucking games on Sunday.
You only got to pick 4. You only got to pick 4. I think that's good.
4.
Yeah. So you think on it. You think on it, buddy. I told you mine. Cleveland is going to walk away with that game. Pittsburgh won't know what hit them. It's going to be a close game, but I feel like for sure the Browns are going to cover that 4 points, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they gave Pittsburgh another point because people started betting on Cleveland because they're looking so good. Detroit has just been a few coaching mistakes away from winning a couple more games, man. If it wasn't for Matt Patricia, they wouldn't just be 1-3. So also the Jaguars are dog shit. Everything out of Jacksonville is dog shit.
Do you include in these picks next Monday too?
I didn't pick the Monday game. I just picked
Sunday.
I just picked the Sunday games.
Okay.
The Monday games is the Chiefs and Bills, which is going to be a hell of a game.
That's going to be crazy.
Holy shit. And then Cardinals and Cowboys. And I would pick the Cardinals to walk away with that game because
the Cowboys' bones are breaking.
Dak Prescott's ankle has officially retired.
Yeah, man. That's a bad omen. That's just a bad omen.
Rest in peace, Dak Prescott's ankle.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. So it's going to be good. I'm excited now. This gives us a reason now, actually, to really get motivated on this. Our picks.
Okay, so can I take the Browns? I can't say anything about any of the teams that you've already picked?
You know what? Ones? For this week, you can do whatever you want.
Let me do whatever I want because I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner.
Moving forward next week, we will have to write our picks down before we announce who we're taking.
Okay.
So that we can't piggyback each other's stuff.
And if you let me take the Browns, that's kind of a it's kind of a long shot anyway. So it's not like you're losing much equity if you let me have that.
Yeah.
So I'll take that. Okay. What were your 4s?
My 4 were the Browns, the Lions. Let me see. Sorry, I lost it.
I'll take the Bears over the Panthers.
That's what I was taking too. I'm taking the Browns, Lions, Bears, and I'm taking the LA Rams.
Fuck.
Remember though, you got to remember you want them to cover the spreads too, right? So the Rams got to win by 3 or more.
Mm-hmm.
So you decide. You don't have to do it right now.
No, I'll just take whatever. What about this game? The fucking Falcons versus the Vikings.
Oof. Dude, that game is so dangerous. Because the Falcons can look like one of the best teams in the league. And then all of a sudden they lose in the fourth quarter.
They're 0-5. I'll pick up the Falcons, man. On this one, man.
Falcons to cover 3.5. Okay, so you got Browns and Falcons.
And let's see here. Jets and Dolphins, right? You picked Dolphins in that game, right?
It's Miami Dolphins and Denver Broncos. I think you're on the wrong week.
No, I'm looking at the right one.
Week 6.
Yeah, week 6.
All right. Let me find it. Can you imagine if I'm fucking wrong this whole time?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Hilarious. I'm looking at week 6, 2020 on NFL.com.
All right, let me take a look. Jesus Christ. Falcons, Vikings.
Yep. So I got the Falcons there.
Yeah, what the fuck does okay, can someone call the score.com and tell them that their fucking picks are wrong? Are you serious?
Yeah, it says Dolphins Jets, man. And fucking anyway, you're picking the Dolphins there, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm just trying to figure out why the score.com's schedule is wrong.
That's funny. But you know what, man? I like to bet. I'll take the Jets there.
Okay. I can't even believe this fucking dog and pony show.
Yeah, I got the Browns, the Falcons, the Jets. And I guess I'll take the Pats against the Broncos.
It's a good pick. Okay.
I gotta do at least one that makes sense. But yeah, man.
49ers. Like, what the fuck? My picks, I gotta change them all now. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll write them down. We'll fucking announce them. Jesus Christ, the score.com. I'm so fucking pissed off about that. NFL.com for life. That's what I'm learning. All right. That's a good note to end on.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. Well,
this was fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's fun every fucking time. I don't realize what I want to talk about until we start, but I think we're rolling. I think we're doing it. Anyway,
all right, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what the fuck games are fucking being played next week. And then
I'm the guy picking the Falcons over the Vikings, doing all these bullshit bets, and you're the pro, man. You should fucking know what games are playing.
Yeah, Lions and Jaguars are fucking right. See, dude, they're just fucking. I'm telling you right now, it's not my fucking fault.
Yeah,
it's not my fucking fault.
I hear you. Bears
and Carolina are right on NFL.com. Look, the Cardinals and some of these are right. Score.com, maybe. Oh, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. I think the Score just hasn't updated the games that have been postponed and pushed back and all that stuff. So that's probably what the fuck happened. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. Fuck, I look stupid. That's fine.
Where do you gamble? So this show is sponsored by.
I bet at a couple different places. Bet365, and I do a lot of sports action.
All right. So if any of you listening or any of you watching after make any money off this, we get 30%, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll start out at 10 because we're new, but yeah, the vig will go up.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
We'll start a hotline where people can call in fucking tips. You know those old school ones? Like lock of the week.
I don't know if I sent you that. But the Barstool guys I think they do like a weird sketch thing where it's like an old school bookie. It's a greasy bookie. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That was fun. We'll talk later. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back I don't know, Thursday, Sunday, or Monday. One of those days.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. Jesus. I thought you already hit the fucking button.